What's this? Have you seen the terrible headlines on the Lower Deck reviews? Rolling Stone says, Star Trek Lower Decks animated satire is highly illogical. Review, Star Trek Lower Decks broadly goes where no Trek has gone before. CBS is going to blame the fans. They didn't drink enough before watching the show. It's their fault. We sent them alcohol. We don't know why they didn't enjoy our show. I talked about it last night, like, it's a common thing to do, so I'm not saying that this was, like, highly illogical, but, you know, they sent... There's pictures of reviewers that got sent, like, a care package for Star Trek Lower Decks, and it was just booze. It was, like, Star Trek-themed booze. But, not entirely uncommon. You know, sometimes networks do try to spice up the package a little bit with, like, a, you know, like a press package. Give the reviewer, like, a little gift. It happens with games. A lot, actually. It happens with movies, you know, you name it. Vinny, didn't you get a Red Dead candle? I did. Yeah, Rockstar sent me a candle and, like a plate. I still had some issues with that game. No candle, like, no, plate or candle or map or whatever is gonna change the fact that I thought that game had some issues, but, I appreciated it. You can't get drunk on a candle, either. Also, if weed was legal federally, think about the press packages that people would be sending out for certain movies and games. Romulan fatty. It would be just like a fat blunt of Romulan weed. I know dude weed's funny, but truth is, I really could see that happening. It's just nothing but references, Lower Decks. Sadly, I've talked about Lower Decks on the stream way too much, and there's even fucking ads being put on my channel for it, which, again, if I could disable, I would. But... for me, Star Trek is the moral, ethical quandaries, exploration, strange new worlds. You know, Captain Picard using diplomacy to get a planet into the Federation. There's so much to Star Trek that has enriched my life. And it's not just, dude, transporters, beam me up, Scotty. You know, like, the references to phasers and Klingons and Romulans, that's all neat, but that's window dressing on what makes Star Trek really great, which is the characters are interesting, likable. They have different moral quandaries, they challenge each other, but then they work together to do something highly logical. It's a really wonderful show that's enriched my life. Next Gen, the original series, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, not you, Discovery. I guess now it's just references. I don't even think Alex Kurtzman, like, watches Star Trek, though, or watched it. Like, I think the dude probably just, you know, saw what JJ made and was like, oh, I could do that. Everyone knows Beam Me Up, Scotty, and Vulcans, and phasers, and, like, oh, we're gonna do a ship battle in space. It's like... no one wanted this show. No one wanted Star Trek Lower Decks. We just want a good Star Trek show that brings us back to what made Star Trek great, Gene Roddenberry's vision, from the original to Next Gen and beyond. God bless. Someone said, do I have any hope for the Captain Pike series? Pike was the best part of Discovery, and the actor is great. But that means now that there will be 4 Star Trek shows happening concurrently. So just spread them writers real thin. Do you remember what happened when Deep Space Nine and Voyager were both in development while TNG was on the air? It meant that Season 7 had bad episodes. Where they had, like, really, really good streak of episodes for, like, 4 seasons in a row, or 5 seasons in a row, and then 7 comes along, and Beverly Crusher has sex with a ghost. Yet, let me repeat that. If anyone here has never seen Star Trek The Next Generation, my favorite television show, Season 7 had some really fucking clunky episodes. Some great ones, too. But Beverly Crusher, the doctor of the ship, has sex with a Scottish ghost in space Scotland. Would I? Well, Dan Aykroyd did, so maybe. I gotta ask Dan Aykroyd what his experience was like.